Hi, I'm Ellie Walsh, and today is day 12 of the 90-day video challenge. Now, today, I really want to talk about this, so I don't know if this is going to be a short video. I'm going to try to keep it short, but I think it's an important video. So I was watching lesson 1. Those of you that have the Empower Networks product 15K. I was watching lesson 1 today. I was going through it, and this just hit me so big. So, yeah, I printed this out. Dave Wood was talking about success and failure, and what he said. Well, I didn't quote this exactly, okay, but here's what he said. People who fail want to figure everything out. They don't want to take action. They're afraid of going forward until they know the perfect solution. And people who succeed have a vision and a goal. They act before they know how to do it. And in the process of action, they correct their mistakes. And that is how they figure out what to do. Now, I agree with this 100 and a gazillion times plus. And I'm going to tell you why. And this makes such perfect sense. I would say it a little different, that's all. But it's true. People who don't get what they say they want, okay, lots of times that's what's happening. They're trying to figure it out first. They're trying to know the perfect solution, the perfect actions to take first. They're jumping way ahead of the universe. They're not letting because here's what, when you put out your intention, the universe will gather the cooperative components. Now, that's really true. And they will lay it out to you if you stay true to that vision. So, when we're trying to figure things out, what we're really the mode we're really in is I don't know how this could work. Here's an example. People will say, not even getting a vision. People are afraid of getting the vision. People are afraid when I say, well, don't you want, somebody was talking about a beautiful home, and I was like, well, you know, is that what you're setting out, your goal, your vision, your intention for? Oh, well, it's really hard for me to write it down, the person said to me. Oh, really? Why is that? Well, I don't know how I could ever even afford that. I don't know how I could ever even get that. Oh, so you're trying to figure it out. And people who succeed, they have that vision, that goal, that intention. And here's what it is. It's when you act before you know how to do it, when you're just going with the flow, okay? You are telling the universe that you believe in it. It's about belief. It's about just putting out the intention and letting the universe and the cooperative components come to it. Now, is there action in that? Well, there is. If you're working a business, and that action is, you know, part of your passion. I do what I do because I love to do it. So I have huge action. People talk about massive action, and I say you will get massive action when you have massive belief. Now, here's what happens with this idea of people who fail. You know, the ones that are trying to figure it all out. There's an old story playing. That's why you try to figure it all out. There's a story that says this is not going to work for you. You could never accomplish something like that. I mean, that person actually said that to me, right? I could never afford that, so I'm afraid. I'm afraid to even dream. I'm afraid to even put out these intentions because I can't figure it out. That's a story that says you have to know exactly what to do before you do it. That story is a lie. That's all about self-esteem and self-worth in there. You have to change that story. And you do it by starting, well, go back through all the videos. That you have to shift the story. People who succeed and they go along and they just go, I'm doing it. I'm setting out this intention. I'm going to visualize every day. I do this with people all the time. I bring them through these processes all the time. I'm going to visualize it every day. I'm going to post it. Some people will do dream boards. I'm going to post the things that I want. And when I feel myself off, I'm going to bring myself back into that feeling, using all your senses. Extremely important. Why is that? Because you're shifting the story. You're laying a new story. You're rewriting a story. You're writing a story that honors and uplifts you. Let me tell you what. We all get our expectations. Now, some of you might be mad at me right now because you might be in situations that you go, I didn't expect this. Well, you purposely might not have expected it, but you have old stories that are programming that's running in the background, and in essence, it's an expectation. That's what we get. So if you have goals that you want to reach in your life, and again, this 15K program is phenomenal. It is a phenomenal program. So I'm so grateful that I did this process. I usually take people through the process, so now I got to go through the process. If you want things in your life, you've got to start to shift those stories. Go back through the other videos. Here's the deal. Now that you know it, now that you know that it's not that the world is against you or there's something wrong with you, you just have some old programming that you have to fine-tune. And you have tools here, and there's many other books you can read and videos you can watch, but you've got to take the action. Don't try to figure it out. Take the action and start to shift those stories. People who fail want to figure it all out first because they're afraid. That's why. And because they think they need the perfect solution. And they end up many times not getting anything, or just a tiny bit of what they wanted. People who have a high, what we call a success meaning they have reached, the different goals and visions in their life. They believe. Now, those people were either programmed, that, they had a grandmother who told them you can have anything you want. You can achieve anything you want. And was a big influence on them. Or they have set about to rewriting those old stories. They have decided, if that person can do it, so can I. They might not have called it rewriting their old stories. You don't have to call it that. But if you have not gotten the things you want in life, it means you have a program. It means you have to change it. You have to rewrite the story. I hope this is helpful for you. If you want to know, go back through the last 11 videos, because I talk all about shifting the story. Leave your questions and your comments here or at the Facebook page. Come join me over there. You can be, do, or have anything that you desire. You have to believe that for that to happen. Day 13 is tomorrow. I'll see you then. Remember, leave your questions and comments over at the Facebook page. Come start a conversation with me.